Hi, welcome to Frog Song Pond. I'm Cathryn Falwell and I make children's picture books. I write the words to the story and I make the pictures, so I'm the author and the illustrator of my books. When I make my illustrations for my books, instead of using crayons or paint or pencils or markers, I cut things out of paper. And I make collages. So I cut little things out of pieces of paper, lots of scraps, and I glue them down, and that's how I make the pictures. I'll show you what it looks like. Can you see that? So if you can see, those are all little pieces of paper that I've glued down. And that's how I make the pictures for my books. I love to cut up little pieces of paper. I also like to cut up vegetables to make yummy food for cooking. Here's some of my favorite vegetables right here. This is a red pepper. And here's some broccoli. Looks just like the one on my apron, doesn't it? Here's some yummy carrots. Do you like carrots? This one's a zucchini. Kind of looks like a cucumber, but it's actually a zucchini. And let's see, we have tomato, and we have potato. This one is a scallion. Some people call it a green onion. Lots of tasty things. So I've made a book about people who a family that goes to the grocery store that buys tasty food that I'd like to read for you today. It's called Feast for 10. When I'm reading the book, see if you can spot some of those veggies that I just showed you that appear in the story. Feast for 10. And it says Cathryn Falwell because that's my name. One cart into the grocery store. You know, some of us haven't been in a grocery store for a long time, but soon we'll be able to do that again. 2 pumpkins for pie, 3 chickens to fry or stir fry, 4 children off to look for more. It's fun to help your family do things together. 5 kinds of beans, 6 bunches of greens, 7 dill pickles stuffed in a jar. Do you like pickles? I like the sour kind. 8 ripe tomatoes. 9 plump potatoes. 10 hands helped to pack the car. 1 car home from the grocery store. Looks like the little baby fell asleep. Daddy's going to put her down for a nap. 2 will look. 3 will cook. Do you like to help cook? It's fun, isn't it? 4 will taste and ask for more. 5 empty cans. Where are they going? Into the recycling bin, right? 6 pots and pans. Boy, there's a lot of cooking being done in that kitchen. 7 more carrots to watch and peel. 8 platters down, 9 chairs around. They're getting ready for a big feast, a fancy meal. 10 hungry folks to share the meal. Looks pretty yummy, doesn't it? So that's Feast for 10. You know, you might enjoy making your own pretend feast with some paper. You can take a paper plate and cut out things from colored paper and stick them down and make a little pretend feast. You could even invite your friends to come and have a little feast with you. You could make them for all your stuffies. That would be fun. There are other places that we get yummy vegetables and fruits and things. And instead of just the grocery store, we could go to a farmer's market or a produce stand, or we might have gardens. So you might have a garden in your backyard, or maybe you have a friend or a neighbor who has a garden that shares some of their yummy things with you. If you don't have space for a garden, there's other ways you can grow things. I took some carrots and I just cut the top off like this. You can still eat this part. And I put them in a saucer of water. Can you see what happened? This was about 2 weeks ago. Look, they're growing little green things and there's some roots coming out. Isn't that cool? Now they won't grow actual carrots. They'll just grow the green part, but it'll be fun to see them get taller and watch them grow. You can just change the water once every few days. The other thing I did is I took some celery. It still has some leaves on it. And I cut this part off. And I just took this end and I put it in some water about 2 weeks ago. And it looks like this. It's actually growing new leaves right out of the part I cut. Isn't that exciting? Now, the thing about this is that in a little while when it starts to grow some roots, I'm going to put it in a flower pot with some dirt in it. And then these will get bigger and they will make new stalks of celery that we can eat. I also found some bean seeds that I had left over from a garden that I planted a couple of years ago. And I put them in this jar with some paper towel and I put water in it and they started to grow. And there you can see the roots and the leaves on the top. Isn't that cool? It's really fun to watch them grow. It takes about a week or so for them to start. And then once they start, they get bigger every day. So it's very exciting. This one right here, this morning the leaves were all scrunched up inside this little seed part. And this afternoon they're all coming out again, new. So that's pretty exciting. And then I had one of these. Some people say scallion, some people call it a green onion. And I thought, this one has a little root. And the one I found had a little bit of a root too. And I thought, what if I stick this in water? I wonder what will happen. So I put it in this bottle and you can see all the roots it grew. It grew lots of roots. And then the top started growing and growing and growing and growing. Look how tall it got. I don't know how much taller it will get, but it's pretty fun to watch every day, getting taller and taller and taller. So there's things that you can watch grow on your windowsill with just table scraps of things that you have at home. So that's kind of fun. Well, I have another book about some kids who go to their grandfather's house and check out his garden. So let's read that one. It's called Rainbow Stew. Here's their grandpa's house. He lives in the country. I think the kids live in the city, so they like to go visit. And it looks like a cloudy, rainy day there. It's kind of a cloudy, rainy day here in Maine, too, while I'm reading you this story. Stretch, wiggle, sniff, and giggle, we scramble from our beds. Grandpa's making pancakes for his favorite sleepy heads. Do you like pancakes? I do too. We love to visit Grandpa. It's always so much fun. He lets us play outside all day so we can jump and run. Whimper, sigh, cloudy sky. Is it too wet to play? We don't want to stay inside all day because of rain today. Grandpa smiles and says to us, I know what we can do. Let's go and find some colors for my famous rainbow stew. Splish, splash, puddle, dash, we bounce right out the door. We're off to find some red and green, some yellow, orange, and more. Grandpa shows us how to move between each garden row. Lifting up the drippy leaves, we see what colors grow. That looks like fun. They've got their raincoats and their boots, so they're all set. Drip, drop, shake, and hop. Here are lots of greens. Spinach, kale, and cucumbers. Zucchini, peas, and beans. Lots of green things to pick. What fun. We find some yellow peppers and a purple cabbage head. We tug on rosy radishes and pop them from their bed. Slip, slide, squishy stride, we snip off red tomatoes. We dig into the dark, wet dirt and pull out brown potatoes. So some vegetables and fruits grow above the ground, like tomatoes and peppers and peas, and some grow beneath the ground inside the dirt, and you have to pull them out and wash them off before you eat them, like carrots and potatoes and radishes and beets and turnips. There's probably some other things that grow that way too. Maybe you can think of them. We jump around like grasshoppers and buzz about like bees. We creep along like ladybugs and all get muddy knees. They're having a blast in the mud, aren't they? Do you like to play in the mud? It's fun. Pull, pick, gather quick. We need more for the stew. Grab some orange carrots and a purple eggplant too. Wow, they found so many to pick. Our basket's full of colors. We park it by the door. Our clothes and boots are dripping, making puddles on the floor. Grandpa helps us wash our hands and dries our soggy hair. It's almost time to cook, he says, so find dry clothes to wear. Peel, slice, chop, and dice. Can you help me cut up some veggies? Good. Colors fill the pot. Stir in herbs and water and then wait till it gets hot. Wow, what a busy kitchen. They're all helping. Grandpa says he's proud of us. We're such terrific cooks. While the stew is heating, we have time to read our books. I think they went to the library and got some books to read. Howl, yowl, tummies growl. We're a hungry bunch. It's time to serve up heaping bowls of rainbow stew for lunch. That looks so delicious. They're dishing up the stew and there's a big bowl of salad. It looks like another feast, doesn't it? You can help me with this part. Yum, 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 yum. And you look out the window, there's a rainbow because the rain stopped. So that is rainbow stew. There's also a recipe in the back for making rainbow stew if you want to. Well, let's see. What else can we do? I know. It's almost time for lunch here, so I wanted to show you what I'm having for lunch today. And you see that? It's a little vegetable person, but it also has half a hard-boiled egg for a tummy and some cheese for hair. And what else do you see? Carrot legs and celery arms and cucumber shoes. So you might want to try making something like that sometime, or maybe an animal or a boat or a rocket ship or something out of cut up food and then eat it all gone. Maybe this week you'll try to taste something new that you haven't tried before and you'll say, wow, I really like this. Well, thanks for visiting here today. I hope you enjoyed the stories. I hope you read lots of books and play outside and taste yummy, delicious, healthy food and have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.